do I start this? For the purpose of now, I'm gonna start with hello Earthlings! So, this is the first video on this channel now. If you want to see all my other videos, look up here. It's Pages and Screen. It's my old booktube channel, but that's getting close now, so I'm here. This is where I live now. So this is gonna be my wrap-up for October and my TBR for November. Both are gonna be pretty small because NaNoWriMo and because I didn't read much in October. The first thing I finished this month was King Lear, and this is the complete Shakespeare edition that I already showed you, but I finished King Lear this month because I had to read that for uni class. I have to say I liked King Lear. It was okay, but it's Shakespeare, so it was hard to understand at first. After talking about it in class, I understood it better, and by now I'm pretty sure I really like it. The next book I finished is Good Omens by Pratchett and Neil Gaiman, and again I had to finish this for uni. I liked it in the beginning, but then after a while it really drew on. It was just repeating itself. It was very absurd, and I actually liked the absurd, but at some points it just became too absurd and it kept repeating itself, and that was a bit weird, and I think I liked it, but I didn't love it. What I really like about this book though is that there are 2 editions, and how cool is that? And I have both because a classmate of mine was nice enough to sell the black one to me. The next book I finished in October was The Road by Cormac McCarthy, and it reminded me a lot of the Endgames, just because it was 2 people, in this case a father and his son, walking across the road in a post-apocalyptic setting and fighting for survival. It was a lot of thinking that was going on rather than action. And the bit of action that was going on was rather depressing. I mean, what would you expect from a book that's post-apocalyptic? There's nothing left. Earth is devastated. Earth is full of ash, and animals are dead, trees are dead, humans are dead, there's nothing left. So it's pretty devastating, obviously. Looking at the books that I read this month, the last book I read was not uplifting in any way. It's A Long Way Down by Nick Hornby. For those of you who don't know anything about this book, it's basically about these 4 people who are complete strangers meeting on top of a very high building because all of them want to commit suicide. And they decide not to, and it's about their thoughts and how they cope with their life after they had decided to kill themselves. Of course, it deals with suicide, so it is very thoughtful. I had a hard time reading it. I saw the film, so I knew kind of what was happening. The film was completely different from the book. The ending was completely different, and the tone was completely different, so in the end, it didn't really matter that I knew the film because this was completely different. I thought this was better. It had less of the Hollywood drama that the film had, but it was also much more real, and at some point I was just like, this is frustrating, this is depressing, I don't want to read this anymore. The white balance just changed. Give me a minute, I have to correct the white balance. Now, that's a white balance. So my TBR for November is actually just a list of books that I've already started and that I plan on finishing. I don't know how good my reading is going to go with NaNoWriMo and work and uni and stuff, but we'll see, we'll see. The first book was actually already on my TBR for October, and it's World War Z by Max Brooks. I have read the first few pages and I've read a bit about it, and I'm not really too comfortable with the book, and I'm actually kind of scared because I'm not good with horror or any kind of zombies or anything like that. The next book on my TBR is Teufelsgrinsen by Annelie Wendeberg, and I'm already halfway through, so it's not really a TBR but a to be finished, and I really like it so far. It's easy to read, especially because on the contrary to the other books I'm reading, it's German, so I'm getting through this much faster than I'm getting through the English ones. I do think that the English version of this book might be better because at some points I'm just stumbling over phrasings and words that I would have translated differently, where I can see what the English version was. However, as far as I understood it, the author is actually German, but still wrote the thing in English and then had it translated later. It might just be that I really don't like the German language anymore because I'm reading so much in English. Then again, I'm still on Heavenly Fire by Cassandra Clare, as I was last month, and I haven't really gotten into it much further, but so far I really like it and I want to finish it maybe this year, maybe in January. We'll see. It's a big book. The last book on my TBR has been on my TBR since June. I started it in June. I haven't read anything in it since then, but I'm gonna give it a try again. this month. You might remember this book. It's Die Geheimnisse des Nicholas Flamel, der unheimliche Geisterrufer. And that translates to The Secrets of the Immortal Nicholas Flamel, the Necromancer. Still by Michael Scott. As you already know, if you've watched my previous videos on Pages and Screen, I'm doing a reread of this series, and this is book 4, and I should have been finished with that 4 months ago, probably. Yeah, that didn't happen. So this is that for my first video on this channel. I hope you enjoyed it. You can go and watch all the other videos I did on books over on Pages and Screen, and I'm gonna see you in a week, in 2 weeks, in a few days, whenever I'm going to be able to put up the next video with NaNoWriMo and stuff. I promise I get back to a semi-regular schedule at some point, probably not in November, but there's gonna be a schedule, and I'm gonna let you know what that schedule is as soon as I know it myself. Pinky promise. But now I have to go and write a couple more words for NaNoWriMo, and I will see you sometime soon. Bye!